What do you mean it's gonna be a short one today? You're screwing up my camera time. Well, yeah, man, I had to catch the game after it happened. I was skimming through. That's my point. What were you watching the Steelheads for if the Leafs are playing? Because I'm one of the in-arena hosts for the Mississauga Steelheads. Have been for a few months. You can catch them at the Hershey Center in Mississauga. So this is where we are. You're just gonna skip the game sometimes. It's 2013. I can watch the game after it happens. No, it's okay. Third game of the season. You're just slacking off. I'm getting a little pissed. I'm getting a little... You know what? You know who scored yesterday? Aha! Oh, yeah, it's my turn, punk ass. This is why you don't leave me alone during Leafs game. And then, yeah, please, dude. What a great goal. Dude. Crazy throwing waffles. Woo. Who are you? Optimus Prime. And he cut off my head. Leafs win 5-2 over the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh. Bet you didn't think I'd be saying that. And yes, I did miss the game to watch the Mississauga Steelheads win 4-2 over the Sarnia Sting, but I did catch the highlights, obviously, and I skimmed through a roll of the full game. And before the game, I hated, like, everything the Leafs did. I hated the changes they made to the top three lines. I hated that Reimer was starting. I thought he should start against the Islanders. I just didn't like it. But that's why they pay Randy Carlyle and not me. Both Penguins goals I thought were easily avoidable, and I'm not sure if that makes me more comfortable or less. Crosby's goal, Grabowski, what are you doing? And you look at Phaneuf and the way he handled it, maybe Reimer could have taken the shot differently. At the end of the day, it's still Sidney Crosby on a breakaway. And this is kind of why I wanted Scrivens to be in net, because Reimer, his first game of the season, you don't exactly want him facing Sidney Crosby on a breakaway. But who's to say Scrivens would have stopped that? Who's to say any goalie would have stopped that? And the first goal, the one that Malkin scored, you would have liked Reimer to get over more in time. I think he could have stopped it, but I do have an excuse for him. And it's something I'm sure the Penguins used to their advantage a lot. That goal was Letang to Crosby to Malkin. And that line, let alone that whole team, has an amazing ability to just draw attention to one player and then dish it off to a just as talented, if not more talented player. Oh crap, Letang's got it. Oh crap, Crosby's got it. Oh crap, Malkin's got it. Oh crap, my net's got it. That's 3 oh crap scenarios before it even hits your net. But then the Leafs tie it up. Clark MacArthur gets the monkey off his back, tips in Nazem Kadri's feed. Why didn't Kadri make the team before this again? That's a debate for another 1-1. Oh, and with that, by the way, the Leafs get their first even strength goal of the season. I know it's less than 3 games in at that point, but come on. Just a few minutes later, JVR first as a Leaf, assist by Kuhlman and Grabowski. Kuhlman's got a second assist of the night. And remember last video when I said the Leafs should make some line changes because that line's not doing anything? Well, I was right. Completely missed who was going to be on that line, but yeah, I was a C student in school. We take pride in part marks. Before the second is done, Van Riemsdyk gets his second. Who is this kid? I like his shot. How's Luke Shen doing? Now, that's not fair, and I liked Luke Shen, you know that. But maybe more than anyone else on the team, like Kessel is scoreless through 3 games, but more than anyone else on the team, I'm glad JVR's got the monkey off his back because you got to be feeling the pressure being new in Toronto. And he gets his off his back in a big way, 2 goals. Then in the third, Grabowski gets his first of the season from Kuhlman and Van Riemsdyk. Kuhlman with his 3rd assist of the game, Van Riemsdyk with his 3rd point of the game. Remind me why I didn't think this line would be a good idea again. And Bozak on the power play. Bam, 2nd of the year. I said take Bozak off the first line, promote Grabowski because Bozak's probably not as talented. He played over 23 minutes in this one and scored the dagger goal. I'm just going to shut up now. I did say put Bozak with MacArthur. No, I didn't say that. That's my NHL 13 team. And I changed that. Damn it! But now, against the Islanders, and for the next little while, the Leafs are going to be using someone that is on my NHL 13 team, Matt Fratton, because, Joffrey Lupul, who got his forearm broken from a Dion Phaneuf point shot. Just... that sounds pleasant. Now, you've obviously heard of, like, broken noses, busted chiclets, maybe a busted ankle from a shot, but holy crap! And right after Lupul signs this extension, he's looking forward to having a big season, and he's gonna miss like half of it because it's a shortened one. I just want to check one of those like familytree.com websites that says Lupul's related to Carlo Koliakovo. We find out it is, we deliver the news. They're just lying in beds beside each other in full body casts, like, oh, that explains a lot. But all of a sudden, with the call-up, Matt Fratton becomes one of the most important parts of the Leafs roster. Not because I necessarily expect him to jump into Lupul's role, but I expect him to make it feel like the Leafs aren't missing something. The Leafs are 3 games in, they've used 2 different goalies, and they haven't allowed more than 2 goals yet. Forget the scoring, I'm more worried about keeping the puck out. And every year the Leafs seem to have this excuse of major injuries, but what good team, what cup-winning team doesn't have at least some injury trouble? So if those teams got to deal with it, the Leafs got to deal with it if they want any shot of making the playoffs. And the last thing I want to talk about, almost forgot, Deryk Engelland versus Colton Orr. Did I not just talk about these guys? Orr and Engelland always seem to go after each other, and Engelland, as I mentioned, is kind of Orr's personal boogeyman. He knocked Orr out in a fight, and Orr was never the same after that. Orr fights him again. He doesn't get knocked out this time, but he still probably loses the fight. Didn't look great. But you think he's back? Last game he took on that Yeti John Scott, and then he has a 1:10 fight against Engelland, and gives Engelland a growth coming out of his eye that I half expected to wave at me. And what I've been seeing online from people is, well, if he's just going to fight, and he's only going to play like 6 minutes a game, which is what he played in this one, then what's the point? Well, Randy Carlisle, at least from what I've seen, likes to play the hell out of his top guys, and the fourth line, you're there for energy. Or you put a PK specialist on it like Jay McClement, and he gets all his time on the special teams. And with the exception of the Leafs defense, which I think has a lot more question marks on it, I would leave the forwards alone right now. They're doing their job. But I was wrong last game, so what the hell do I know? So my question of the game, what did I miss? I heard there were some shenanigans with Chris Kunitz, and there was something dirty at the end of the game, but I haven't seen it. And I didn't have a chance to talk about him, but Jake Gardiner in his season debut, how did he look? There's another guy who I was like, well, don't start him against the Penguins, I'm dumb. Now it's Leafs first Islanders, apparently Scriven's getting the start. But maybe by the time you see this, you'll be like, LOL, you're dumb. Thanks for watching, see you in Game 4.